You ever notice how some people walk into a room and instantly everyone takes them seriously? They don't shout. They don't try too hard. They're not even the loudest person there. But somehow, people just respect them. Now compare that to someone who keeps trying to prove themselves, talking more, explaining more, trying to impress everyone, and still gets ignored. So what's the difference? Here's the truth. Respect isn't something you beg for. It's something people feel from you. And most people lose respect without even realizing it. Let's start with something simple. If you don't respect your own time, no one else will. Think about it. You say, I'll do it tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. You tell someone you'll show up at 5, and you reach at 5:30 like it's normal. And then you wonder why people don't take you seriously. It's not about being perfect. It's about being reliable. When your words match your actions, people notice because consistency is rare. Now let's talk about something most people do: over-explaining. You ever tried to say no and then gave a full 10-minute explanation like you're defending a court case? I can't come because actually I have this thing and then that thing, and also relax. You don't need a speech. People who respect themselves don't feel the need to justify every decision. A simple, calm, no, I can't make it is enough. The more you over-explain, the more it looks like you're unsure. And when you're unsure, people treat you that way. Now, here's a big one: how you handle disrespect. Because let's be real, it's going to happen. Someone will interrupt you. Someone will talk down to you. Someone will test your limits. And in that moment, your reaction decides everything. If you laugh it off when it bothers you, or stay silent just to avoid conflict, you're basically telling people, it's okay to treat me like this. But respect doesn't grow in silence. You don't need to fight. You don't need to shout. Sometimes just calmly saying, hey, I don't like that, is enough to change the entire dynamic. It's simple, but powerful. Now let's talk about energy, because people don't just listen to your words. They feel your presence. If you walk into a room looking unsure, avoiding eye contact, speaking too softly, people pick up on that instantly. But when you stand straight, speak clearly, and stay calm, you don't need to say much. Your presence speaks for you. It's like your body is saying, I know who I am, and I'm okay with it. And that confidence, that's attractive. That earns respect. Here's something funny though. Trying too hard to impress people actually does the opposite. You show off too much. You agree with everything just to fit in. You laugh at every joke, even when it's not funny. People can feel that. It feels forced. And forced behavior breaks respect. Because respect comes from authenticity. Be real, even if that means being a little different. Especially if that means being a little different. Now, let's talk about boundaries. Because without boundaries, respect disappears fast. If you always say yes, even when you don't want to, people get used to it. If you let small things slide again and again, those small things become normal. And one day you realize people aren't respecting you. They're just using your silence. Boundaries aren't about being rude. They're about knowing your limits and standing by them. You don't need to explain them to everyone. You just need to stick to them. Now, here's something most people don't expect. You don't gain respect by trying to be liked by everyone. In fact, the more you try to please everyone, the less people respect you. Because respect and approval are not the same thing. Some people might not like you and still respect you. And that's okay. You're not here to be everyone's favorite person. You're here to be someone people take seriously. And that starts with how you treat yourself. Because at the end of the day, People don't decide your value. You show them your value through your actions, your boundaries, your confidence. So next time you feel like people aren't respecting you, don't ask, why don't they respect me? Ask, where am I not respecting myself? Because the moment you fix that, everything else starts to change. And suddenly, you don't have to chase respect anymore. It comes to you naturally.